Now, do you prefer to go by Brian Holder or Brian Jack Holder?
You can say Brian Jack Holder. That's the name that'll be on the ballot.
Okay.
So my dad was a school principal, and his name is Jack, and he gave me his first name as my middle name.
Yeah.
So when I decided to run for Congress 6 years ago, I decided to use my full legal name.
Okay.
Because people know him in the community. We've had a photography business, and like I said, he was an educator, so people are familiar with him and with me.
Sure. All right. Well, it has a good ring to it.
Okay.
Brian Jack Holder, you are you're the Libertarian candidate for U.S. House District 3 here in Iowa. To start off, would you like to share a bit of your background prior to running in this election?
Yes, I'm currently 47 years old. I grew up in the Council Bluffs area, been a lifelong resident of Pottawatomie County, graduated from St. Albert High School, Iowa Western Community College, Bellevue University in Bellevue, Nebraska, and then I earned a law degree at Creighton University in Omaha, Nebraska. So I've been a photographer and a videographer most of my life. I started out in the family business as a child, helping my dad out, and so I graduated law school in '98, so for the last 22 years I've worked full-time in the family photography business. I do have a son who's 21 years old, and he's a senior in college right now at UNO, but I'm a single dad, so I know the struggles that single parents have to go through raising their family and working, and it's a challenge in today's society, but my son turned out okay, so.
And so what is your platform for election?
The main issue that I've been focusing on for the last 6 years is that we're underrepresented now in the U.S. House of Representatives. Less than 100 years ago, they capped the size of the House at 435 districts. And a century ago, Iowa had 11 congressional representatives, and now we only have 4. And so even the 3rd district here, our representatives, the former David Young, the Republican, and Cindy, each one established an office in Council Bluffs, an office in Creston, and an office in Des Moines. And I think that pretty much proves the case that we're underrepresented, that our representative has to have 3 separate offices here in the district. So my idea is to divide the district into 3 smaller ones. So we would actually vote for a representative to be in Council Bluffs and to be in Creston and in Des Moines. And they've pretty much proved through the pandemic that our representatives don't need to go to Washington to vote on bills. They can do their conference work, their committee work through Zoom and through the internet. They can vote remotely. And so it's sort of, there's really no need for all of them to go to Washington. And because that's what leads to a lot of the problems, the corruption that we hear about, is that they go away to the swamp and then they get sort of taken in by it. So my main thing is dividing the district into smaller ones. So in an alternate reality, if I was elected, I would hire David and Cindy to work with all of us and to represent all of us. So.
And what do you think is the solution for the economic recession amid this COVID-19 pandemic?
Obviously, there have been great dislocations in our economy, dozens of millions of people out of work. The government's tried to handle this as best as they can by giving the stimulus to individual taxpayers for the Payroll Protection Act, and they've done some other things, but that $1,200, most of us use that up as soon as we got it to help pay for our bills. Even myself, I've been impacted by the pandemic. As a photographer and a videographer, I filmed 100 basketball games last winter. Well, I was planning on filming 20 soccer matches in the spring. I have advertisers that pay me to produce this content, and I was unable to work just because they canceled the soccer season. But thankfully now I'm back filming again. I've filmed 4 high school football games and 4 volleyball matches in the last month. And most people are doing the social distancing properly. You have to wear a mask to attend the high school sporting events. And hopefully they come out with a vaccine that's safe and effective within the next year.
And so, what do you think of the Senate's push to appoint a new Supreme Court justice versus passing another coronavirus stimulus package?
Well, I think our people that we elect to Congress ought to be talented enough to walk and chew gum at the same time. There's no reason they can't do both. It's the both parties have sort of dragged themselves out on this HEROES Act that they want to pass to help us out some more. The Supreme Court appointment, I remember the Republicans dragging their feet and not having a hearing for Merrick Garland after Justice Scalia passed away in 2016. And now they want to rush through an appointment. I think the Republicans are going to get her nomination done before the election, just so that Trump can put another member on the Supreme Court. But I don't see the reason why they can't work on both issues at the same time. We're paying our U.S. representatives and our senators about $175,000 a year, and their job is to get these things taken care of. It's not good to have a member missing from the Supreme Court when there's 9 of them, because that can lead to 4-4, a log jam in the process, and they need to have that tie-breaking 9th vote. So.
To wrap up our interview, is there anything else you'd like to say to voters ahead of Election Day?
Yes, I'm just an average citizen. That I'm not an attorney, by the way, but I do have a law degree. But more of us need to get involved in running for local office, for state office, and for federal office. Because, people are going to continue voting for the lesser of two evils unless they see there's a third choice that has to do with liberty and justice for all of us. So one last thing I will say is that this is the 4th time I've run and been on the ballot, and public TV is having a debate tonight with David and Cindy, but I'm not included in that debate. And so it's very difficult for a third-party candidate like myself to get more than single digits in the election just because of the fact you're not given the same equal opportunities to participate in forums and debates. But I thank you guys so much for letting me come here today and to speak with all the voters. So my name is Brian Jack Holder, and I'm the Libertarian candidate for Iowa's 3rd Congressional District. And I want everybody to get out there and vote safely, either before or on November 3rd.
All right. Okay, well, that will air on actually tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
I was almost like the words were I was about to say like next Tuesday. I'm like, no, it's tomorrow.
No, that's all right.
Well, tomorrow and next Tuesday, the 13th, will also air.
Okay.
On it might also, I'm not sure, I'll have to double check.
Do you guys have a streaming service?
Yeah. If you go to raccoonvalleyradio.com,
or will there be like a
pages.
Little story posted about the interview with each one of us, or?
Yeah, I'll be airing a story sometime in the next month, really.
Okay.
Now that I've got kind of everything in-house. And so, but this will air at 6 p.m. tomorrow and next Tuesday on 107.9 FM, and which you can stream if you go to our website.
Okay.
We also have an app, a free mobile app. You can look us up.
Okay. I document all my political activity because I'm going to be writing a book about what I've gone through as an average citizen. And
yeah. But if you have any other like follow-up questions or anything, you can always
no, this
shoot
was
me an
great,
email.
and I thank you so much for letting me come in and being patient.